kind of smells like if Salt Bae was to come and like sprinkle some sugar on top of that. They need to run me a check for this at this point. This is the type of scent that you are getting ready to meet a man, okay? A grown man, not a D appointment. Hi everybody, I am Chantel and welcome back to my channel. I know that we're all getting ready for the spring and the summer, so I wanted to make a video on my favorite soap scents. If you want to see some perfumes that are soap scents for me, and stay tuned. One of my favorite soaps in the entire world is Dove, and I kind of mentioned Dove perfumes in several videos before. However, I want to give you just a couple of my favorite perfumes that are reminiscent of Dove. I'm first going to start with Noah by Cotterell. Either it's Cotterell or Cotterell. This one is a white floral scent, and I'll put the notes on the screen for those of you that prefer seeing the notes. But it has Lily of the Valley, it has some freesia in it, and it also has some jasmine in it. And that combination right there puts together a nice, like pristine white floral scent. And it also has loads of musk in it as well as some sweetness to it. So to me, it smells like when you have lathered up your Dove soap in a rag or a poof and the lather scent. And it also it kind of smells like if Salt Bae was to come and like sprinkle some sugar on top of that. Not that it's a sugary scent or anything like that, but Dove lathered doesn't necessarily give very sweet, it just gives very soapy. But this one has a sweet essence in it as well. It's also old school, so the lasting power on this baby is fire. I definitely will suggest that you try that. I will link all of these below, but this one has stood the test of time. It lasts a long time. So it is Noah by Cotterell. The next one that I got is an oldie but a goodie. This one is very hard to find, but I will do my best to find it and link it below. This one is by Dolce & Gabbana and it's called Sicily. This one is reminiscent to me of a merge between Dial Soap, Ivory Soap, and banana. I know that sounds weird and it sounds like a very weird combination, but this one is something that I would like. I got this one from my cousin Shira, which I talk about a lot, from the Working Co here on YouTube. Check her out. I was living in Florida. She sprayed this and got in the car and I was hooked ever since, and I went and found myself a bottle. I'm gonna do y'all a favor and try my best to find a bottle of this to link with y'all because it is discontinued, but oh my gosh, it's literally like, you know how at your grandma's house, and if there's a bar of soap in the bathroom after somebody just got showered and the essence of the soap is still left in the bathroom, it's like that. But it's also like if you added on some banana body oil on top of that soapy scent. Oh, so good. Sicily by Dolce & Gabbana. The next one that I have is Camille, and this is made by a company called Camille Beckman. Now this is found on Amazon, so again I'll link this one to you below. But this one is reminiscent of the Dove pink soap. If you're familiar with Dove, you know how Dove soap smells. However, the pink soap has the different rose punch to it that gives it a more delicate and more almost feminine type scent. This doesn't use rose. I don't think the active note in this is rose. I believe it is carnations, but it is the exact dupe. I also have the body mist to this, and I will say that this line is very good when it comes to projection. I think that you can get away with just using the body mist without the perfume, but because it's just that strong, so don't go heavy into it. But oh my gosh, it's like that soapy feminine rose pink scent. It's musky, it's very clean, it's ethereal. It's just everything that you asked for. When you first spray it, it is kind of out of hiding, so it is gonna probably come across to many people that aren't used to like old school scents as maybe out of hiding or maybe kind of vintage. But let it dry down, let that musk calm down a little bit, and then you will get your Dove pink soap. Love this, love this, love this. Always gonna have a bottle of this in my collection, and I'm gonna tell anybody who's looking for Dove pink soap about Camille Beckman. So they need to run me a check for this at this point. The next one that I have is by Clean, and it's called Pure Soap. This one smells like, this one actually smells like a merge between Irish Spring soap and Dove soap, but whatever ends of the spectrum that you believe it smells like, it is undeniably soapy. Now, I think this one is also discontinued, but I got you. What y'all already know that I'm gonna find the cheapest links that I can in order to get you to this bottle. It has notes of some lavender in it. It has some mandarin orange in it, and it has herbal notes in there. To me, this is like a soapy scent, and it's almost like you just took a hot shower with Irish Spring soap, then you bathed with Dove soap, and then you came out and dried yourself off on a fresh, clean bed of linen towels. It is so good. Oh my gosh. I wish they would come out with a shower gel and a lotion to this, but I guess we got Dove soap to this, so we good right there. But I think it's the herbal notes that's giving me the Irish Spring vibes to this, and I think it's the aldehydic musky notes that gives me the Dove soap in this. Either way it goes, you have to get your nose on this so that you can smell this yourself, and it's just amazing. This is Clean's Pure Soap. Another one that made a line similar to this is the House of Demeter. I love Demeter. Y'all should know how I feel about Demeter. But Demeter has a soap called Pure Soap as well. That one is literally like not Ivory Soap used, but literally if you cut the soap in half and then smell it, that musky bitter that musky bitter soapiness is it. I don't own a bottle of this. I think I own a decant of this somewhere. They don't do a good job at listing their notes, but it's almost very similar to this, except it has a more strong punch to it. And then this one has those herbal notes in it that kind of is reminiscent to Irish Spring, whereas the Demeter does not. So if you prefer Ivory Soap versus anything else, then definitely try the Demeter Pure Soap. I will let you know that it does not last very long. But that's just something that I put up with from Demeter because I love the line so much. Yeah, it's still good though. Get your hands on it. Now that we've talked about some of the soapy scents, let's go ahead and get into the shower scent. Speaking of Demeter, I want to talk about Demeter's baby shampoo. Now, I ain't gonna get too far up into the baby shower soap scents because I did a video on baby powder scents, which I mentioned a lot of these scents in there and I went further into depth, but I do believe that in order to adequately get you this video, I have to mention them. So this one is Demeter Baby Shampoo. If you are familiar with the Johnson's all-in-one tear-free original yellow bottle, they don't have their notes listed, but for me it is sweet. It also has something that's kind of fruity in it, but it's also musky as well, very shampoo-like. I want to say that's like an apple blossom type of sweetness to it. Either way it goes, it smells just like the Johnson's baby shampoo tear-free. But as you can see, I wear this thing down and this is probably like my third bottle of this by now. Love this. It is like perfect for those days where you just want to wear a flowy dress and you are picking your kids up from daycare or camp and you're not going nowhere else. You're not trying to do too much, but you're trying to smell good. The next one that I have that is an OG but a goodie is JLo Glow. Now this bottle I've had for a long time. I don't really wear it much, but to me it smells like taking a very hot shower with a very soapy scent. Now some people say it smells like Dove, some people say it smells like Ivory. To me it smells like either or, but I cannot deny that it's soapy. It does have a citrusy opening to this because it has some orange blossom in it and it also has some grapefruit. It also has some jasmine, some rose, and some tuberose. I don't get a lot of tuberose, which is surprising because tuberose is generally a very yellow scent, but I don't get a lot of tuberose in this. The citrusy opening to me kind of turns me off a little bit. Not that I don't like citrus because I love citrus, but it's not what I expect when I want something soapy. I like it to go straight aldehydic and musky on me, but it does do that. You got to give it some time though. And this one also is, I want to say old school, even though it hurts my feelings to say old school because it's one of my first soapy scents, but it does dry down and it has some woods in it to make it calm down a little bit. But on me, it smells like a hot shower scent, not necessarily a soapy scent, but I think for a lot of people it is soapy. So I'm gonna put this one in the list as well. And that is JLo Glow. One of my favorite shower scents that reminds me of showering with a nice rose scent as well as using a nice rose shampoo and body wash is by the House of Way, and it is called Melrose Place. Now this one is a primarily rose scent, It has some red berries in it. It also has some lychee in it as well. It has freesia, bergamot, and then of course some rose. That freesia and that bergamot, freesia for me is a note that's gonna always give whatever is in that it's merging with a cleanliness. So with that freesia and that bergamot, it's almost like a clean citrusy scent, but then that rose, well, the rose comes out in the beginning, but then the freesia and the bergamot gives it a nice clean citrusy scent to this, which adds on to the shower appeal. Dry down is a musk cedar combination, which makes it more airy. Generally, musky scents kind of project a little bit more. It brings out whatever clean essence is in the fragrance, and it makes it project, which it does do that for this. Does this beautifully, and it projects very well. A rose, you're a more feminine floral person, but you also like it sweet and clean, and you just like to smell like your shampoo and your body wash smells like roses, not necessarily like you sprayed on roses, or not necessarily like the plant version of a rose. Yeah, give Way Melrose Place a try. The Way line in general is really good for people like that, for people like me who like shower fresh scents. Okay, so y'all know the St. Ives coconut water and ivy, I believe, hydrate and body wash. Yeah, I found a perfume that smells like this. Now to me, this smells like Herbal Essences Hello Hydration body wash, conditioner, and shower gel. So I'm gonna put these all together, even though this isn't a shampoo and conditioner video, because they all smell very, very similar. Well, the perfume that is very reminiscent of this is the Escada Born in Paradise. This one has green apple in it, it has watermelon, and it has some guava in it. So when you first spray it, it goes off really strong and really fruity, but then that coconut comes out in it, some pineapple in it, and the base of some musk and cedar wood. For me, that coconut comes out on initial blast, even though it is listed in the mid notes, and then it dries down throughout the fragrance. Now at the end, it does kind of get a little bit more perfumey, and I'm thinking that may be where the guava is coming out, as well as that sandalwood cedarwood combination. But if I use the Hello Hydration conditioner to co-wash with. Love the shampoo just off the strength of the smell. And then for a while, I don't know if they still sell it, but for a while they had the body wash because people love that scent so much. If you are like me and you love that scent, yeah, you got to try the Escada Born in Roma. Again, this is another one that was discontinued because Escada comes out with these summer lines once a year. Yeah. And I'm gonna do my best to take care of y'all and find the cheapest link. So just look in my description box again, or look at the timestamps, because I'll put each one under each of the timestamps. So okay, so I have another category that we're going to get into, which is bubble bath. Now there's a couple of things. I know Demeter has made that Mr. Bubble Bath scent with the banana type scent to it. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link to that below. It's not something that I own, so I can't necessarily speak on it. However, there are two perfumes that I do want to add to this category, because when I think about bubble bath, baby, here we go. The first one that I have comes as no surprise, and it is by Replica, and it is the bubble bath scent. Now this one has primarily coconut as well as some lavender in it. Then it also has a dry down of like a delicate musk. Now some people spray this and they say that it smells soapy. I get that if you went to an expensive hotel, I'm gonna put a picture of the vibe that I get from this, and you had a bath full of bubbles, right? You put some coconut milk in the bathtub in order to get a nice moisturizing experience for your skin. Put some lavender roots in there, and then came out of, like, soaked in that bathtub, came out of it, put on a nice clean lotion with just a little bit of coconut, maybe like that Nivea coconut, I don't know if they still sell it, and then dried off with some nice linen towels. That's the vibe that I get from this. This is a soaker scent. This is the type of scent that you would wear if you're on a vacation, you're in the Maldives. Shout out to Peyton Charles. When I was watching that video, I was thinking like, ooh, I would love to have a bubble bath in that bathtub that she showed. Go to the Maldives, go to somewhere tropical, warm, where you can just open up the windows and watch nature, and then just soak in a bubble bath. That's the best description that I can give to you. I could give you the notes, I can go into all the notes, but that's the vibe that I get. This is a perfume that gives me more so a vibe than a sniff. And yes, it does smell good, but it's not something that I would wear every day. That's Replica's Bubble Bath. The next one that I have, I no longer have a bottle to it, and it is one of my biggest regrets that I sold or gave away this bottle or purged this bottle, but it's by Bulgari. And it's called Voile de Jasmine. And I know I pronounced that wrong. No, I'm not from France, and I'm just doing my best, okay? Stick with me. This one is a white floral scent, and it is also powdery as well. Now, of course, with the name, it has some jasmine, but the jasmine is not the star player in this scent. It starts off with mimosa and some bergamot in it, and that mimosa gives it a nice bubbly edge to it. It then dries into that jasmine, rose, lily of the valley, and I want to say it's some ylang ylang in there as well. Star of this, now keep in mind, there's jasmine and there's rose on my skin, or that in the dry down. That jasmine and that rose, they stay there, okay? So it gives you like that grown lady feminine essence. And this starts to get for real is when that musk comes into the play. The musk and then the iris, and then they have some type of note, Brazilian rosewood note. And to me, that's more of an exotic woodsy type of scent. Put those things together, and this is the most sensual bubble bath scent that I can smell. Now, some people may call it soapy, or some people may call it a shower scent. Absolutely not. When I first sprayed this years ago, I was not ready for it. I was still in my, which I love my Fruity Tooty Vanilla Gourmand scents, and I'm still there. I ain't gonna ever leave my Fruity Tooties, but I was stuck into there and I wasn't able to appreciate that scent. Now, this is a McKenna, I can't remember her last name, a McKenna Walker, I think her name is, the one girl who says, "Get ready for me for D appointments" type situation. But I can't even disrespect it and say it's a D appointment type of scent. This is the type of scent that you are getting ready to meet a man, okay? A grown man, not a D appointment type of man. You taking your bubble bath, making sure everything is good. You got the candles lit up. There's a vibe going on, but you playing some nice sensual jazz. You get out and you rub yourself down with a sensual body oil. That's the vibes that this gets. It is not a jasmine scent, because for me, jasmine can come across as kind of punchy. Not as punchy, I'm gonna say prickly, because it's kind of like sharp. But the rose with that jasmine, the jasmine isn't so sharp. The rose kind of captures it and say, let me help you come out a little bit. So there's that rosy feminine essence, and then that Brazilian rosewood with that musk. Oh my gosh. And it sits close to the skin. So it's not something that can, it's not something that projects very well. It's a very intimate scent. I can see myself loving it and appreciating it. I got to do myself a favor. So when I find it, before I upload this video, I'm going to just go ahead and share it with y'all, or put it down there for y'all too, because I'm going to be buying it too. So I think that is all that I have. Let me know if y'all want me to do a video on smelling like common lotions, or some of the best smelling lotions that you can find in the drugstore. Yeah, let me know if y'all want that. But if you have stayed around for this long, you are a real one. And until next time.